Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I am recording this video locally. I tried to stream it live to Facebook, but it wasn't working, so I'm recording it on my hard drive and I'm gonna upload it in a few minutes here as soon as I'm done. I wanted to come on and do a follow-up video to the video that I recorded on the weekend. The video that I recorded, I went over some watches. Swing ideas for this week. And I talked about XPO, how I had it as an open position from end of day Thursday. And I also talked about the YRCW, how I didn't have it as a swing position, even though it did go climactic on the daily chart. So the question that I got today was, why did I get into the XPO at the end of the day on Thursday and kept it overnight? And I still have 200 shares today. And did not get into the YRCW at the end of the day on Friday, even though it did go climactic, as pointed out by the person that I talked to about that asked me about this. So, and correctly pointed out. See this? That's a climactic move. We got the wide range bar, biggest volume. What's a climactic move? A climactic move is when you have a downtrend that accelerates and goes vertical. Okay, it's like throwing a rock off of a cliff. Initially you get that fall and then it goes vertical, or jumping off of a jumping board, right, into diving into a pool, vertical. So that is not sustainable, and usually you get a nice excuse me, a nice bounce after that. And so we can see it here, and yet I didn't get into the YRCW. I talked about it yesterday in the video as a potential swing long, but I didn't say I was in it, and I wasn't, of course. And the reason for that is the stock never went climactic on the intraday. In order for me to get into a stock that looks good on the daily chart, which this truly did, it really looked good, I have to see it accelerate on the intraday timeframes and go climactic. This stock did accelerate, but it didn't print a wide range bar. So it wasn't that good. And in fact, I made money shorting it. I made good money shorting it on Friday. So whereas the XPO was an official play called in the black room as a long. And not only that, it stayed at the high. I mean, it closed at the high. What do I mean by the high? I don't mean the high of the day. I just mean at the high. It closed at the high of this rally. So it bottomed at 41.15, whatever, and rallied to almost 45 bucks, and it closed there, ended the day there. So those are the things that I hold overnight. So there are two rules. One is the daily has to be really good, meaning climactic down, and then you get the acceleration, the wide range bar, biggest volume, right? So the daily has to look good. That's number one. Number two, the intraday has to go climactic. This did go climactic. I'm showing you the 15-minute chart. You got to look at the 5 and the 2 and the 1 for climactic moves. They show it better, the smaller time frames. On this one, probably the 2-minute showed it better. But this was actually an official play for the black room that I called and played on Thursday. So the first rule is it has to look picture perfect on the daily. Second rule is it has to go climactic on the intraday. And the third rule, it has to close strong. It has to close near the top of the rally and not give it back, right? So as you can see, the XPO had all three rules, all three criteria met. Whereas the YRCW, the daily was picture perfect, but the intraday on Friday never went climactic. So those are the things that I don't keep overnight because they showed no bullishness at all. They showed that they didn't bottom yet. Yes, it looked like it bottomed on the daily, but not the intraday, in which case it could just continue lower. So that I didn't do. I played it today in the black room as a day trade. I did intend to keep it as a swing, but as you can see, it didn't close at the top. So I got out of it. I kept a portion. 1/4 is what I kept as a day trade honestly, I told the room to trail to 83, typed it into the room as a trail to 83. So that was the top. That was perfect exit. But as a swing trade, it didn't hold strong, so I ended up getting out of it. I'm not saying it won't uh, go up tomorrow. Perhaps it will. Probably it will. But it's not the same as the XPO. I wouldn't have felt comfortable keeping something like this overnight. Does that make sense? So I gave you three rules, three things, requirements that I look for before I keep something overnight that is going climactic on the intraday. And I also went over the difference between the YRCW and the XPO. Um, Now the YRCW was gapping up a small amount today, and that's when you say, okay, great, I didn't catch it at the bottom, but maybe I can get in it on an intraday trade. And I did. I'll show you the YRCW trade. It was called in the black room over 40, so 340. This should be 340. Stop under 329. So long right here, stop right here. Was this a great looking setup at 329? No, it wasn't, but it was showing a lot of relative strength to the market. And then this bottomed, this popped at 950. That's when the market also bottomed. So I was bullish on the market at the bottom. So take a look. What time was this? 9:52. So it had perfect timing, but also incredible relative strength and a picture perfect daily chart. What's not to love about it? I'm not in the black room at the moment. I don't think I am. Let me just log in and I'll show you. Okay. So I'm just logging into the black room here. Okay, this is the SST. Here's the black room. So here it is. YRCW long 340 by 329, and then trail half to 351, and the back half to 383. The top, basically. Okay, those were some other calls: CYH, OSTK. Okay, but that's the YRCW, and I played it as a day trade. Here's the but I didn't keep it overnight. Here's my PNL. I had a lot of trades today. I can talk about that for a minute. Most of them green, except for two, PVG and XRX, and they're break-even-ish. And in the Marines, I took the Qs long in my swing account at the end of the day, right at the end of the day, and I forgot and I missed the close, so I'm stuck with this MRNS overnight in my day trading account, which is not a good thing. But I'm trying to get out of it in the after hours. Hopefully, I'll be able to. I can see that I'm bidding for it, bidding 6,000 shares at 47. That's me, but I'm hiding my shares. I'm showing 100 shares. I can see there's 4,000 shares at 53, so I might cover some at 53 if no, if I don't get taken out by in the next 15 minutes or so. At any rate, I wanted to say that this is a YRCW, by the way. I wanted to say that today was a very weird day, I thought, in the day trading wise, because the market was dropping a lot, and yet the plays that I was looking to do, that I was watching, weren't moving. So it was kind of frustrating. That's why I have all these green plays, green symbols, because I was short. I mean, everything, short. And yet nothing was moving. I mean, basically, look at it. 70 bucks, 10 bucks, 74, 17, 200, 23, right? So all of these, maybe with one or two exceptions, were short, and yet the market didn't move. And then I got a break there when it came to the CYH. Was also an official trade in the black room. A CYH was a gorgeous looking 15-minute breakdown. I mean, just beautiful. I was in it here. And then it took a while to look at this. It took forever to break. I was in it at 53. So in this space right here. And then this was also called in the black room. And then I tried the OSTK, which was a very similar play, but I couldn't get filled. I got filled 200, 300 shares, something like this. Very small. So it didn't make as much money, even though it did work. but it was on an uptick, so I couldn't get filled much. And so that was the day. So the YRCW made a little bit of money, and then I think the other one was, if it had closed strong, it would have made a lot more money. And then the other one that made good money was the CYH. That was actually the biggest play, I guess. And then the rest were small because they just didn't move very much. All right. I trust I was able to share with you an important lesson about how to play climactics on the daily chart. If you want to learn about how to trade climactics on the intraday, how to day trade them, you might want to check out a video that I recorded a long time ago, I believe, on it's available, I think, on YouTube, and it's titled How the Professional Catches a Falling Knife, or something like this. How the Professional, I think, Catches a Falling Knife. Okay. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to go ahead and upload it right now because I wasn't able to stream live. I'm going to go ahead and upload it. If you like the video, give it a like. I was going to say give it a thumbs up, but that's on YouTube. Give it a like, share it, leave a comment, and I will talk to you soon. Take care and have a great week.